Alright, last part 4 of the low maintenance Planet Aquarium series. We're going to be talking about maintenance, and I saved this part for last because that's what this whole video series is about, is keeping maintenance low. So we'll first talk about water changes. Now I do a water change like once every 2 to 3 weeks on this tank. I could probably stretch it out even more, but I just do it for fun kind of. And when I do a water change, I take out about 40% of the water, which is about 5 gallons in this tank, and it doesn't take me much time at all to take it out and fill it up, maybe 20 minutes. And that's the real benefit of setting up a tank like this, is that you don't have to spend countless hours every week trying to maintain it. For fertilization, I dose dry ferts using the EI method, and it's a really popular fertilization method. You can look that up anywhere online and figure out the amounts and the frequency for your tank. I just dose after I do water changes, and to be honest, I probably don't even have to dose at all in this tank, just because all the plants, they don't really require much, but I just do it out of habit. It's really small amounts for a tank of this size, so it's a real cheap fert method. For trimming, I don't really trim plants in here. You can't really trim Java fern, the subwassertang. I mean, if it gets overgrown, you just scoop it out with your hand. It just sits there anyway. So same with the Java moss. You could use some scissors to trim it if you want, but I've had this tank set up for over a year, and I've never had to trim anything just because everything grows so slowly. So that's another benefit. For feeding, I don't really feed much at all. I feed like once to twice a week, and you may be thinking like, that's not enough, I'm starving the fish or something. But in my experience with all my tanks and a variety of fish, like, you don't have to feed every day. I think it's just overkill. I mean, maybe for specific fish you do have to feed every day, but for the easy fish that I keep, like, they do perfectly fine with a couple feedings a week. And you just have to remember, the more food that you feed the fish, the more poop and crap you're gonna have to clean up, and that's just going against the whole goal of this tank. So keep it on the low for the feeding. I don't really specifically feed the shrimp, because they kind of get the leftovers that the fish don't get to. There are 5 amano shrimps, so they do a really good job of eating the algae and stuff. I like to train them kind of to do that and depend on that more than if I just hand them food every day. They're not really going to be eating or looking for algae and stuff. At least that's my thought. I think that's about it as far as maintenance. So I do like half an hour of work every few weeks on this tank, and that's about it. The rest of the time I just enjoy looking into it, watching the shrimp move around, and that's why this is my favorite tank, is that I don't have to spend hours on it and it still looks all right. I think this is a pretty cool aquascape. Really simple, easy to take care of, takes care of itself. Remember, to conclude some key thoughts, you need a lot of plants, so make sure you get tons of plants. All these plants are cheap, so you don't really have to stress about that. You can get a bunch of them to start off, and yeah, low stock is for fish and shrimp, but high plant load. Floating plants are key as well. Keep the lighting low, and yeah, you'll be on your way to setting up practically a no maintenance tank. And if you do set up or try to set up a tank like this, I'd love to hear how it goes for you, especially if you try to copy this exact one. Otherwise, if you have any questions, like if I missed something, just ask in the comments below, or if you think I should make another, like, part 5 about something, let me know. And as always, thanks for watching.